Hello, 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 hello. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how crazy this is because I have not done this in uh, eh, uh over a year. It's crazy the amount of work that I've been doing over the past 48 hours to get this show back on the road. It's been a minute, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But I'm really excited to be on this adventure again. You've Got a Thing was something that we put together to get the word out about shows in the theater community and in here in Milwaukee. And I think it's a really needed a little doodad that I and a couple of other people put together. And so I wanna get it started again after what was a really, really, really challenging 23-24 season. I'll just let you know at the end of 20 the 2022-23 season, in May of 2023, my older brother was diagnosed with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. You might have heard of it that way. And it was really a shock, and really kind of out of nowhere for a lot of us. And he himself really didn't know what was happening until he was diagnosed. And I was actually in the room with him down here at the hospital in Milwaukee when he was diagnosed with that. And we went through a bit of a roller coaster there, the family, over the year. By the time that he was diagnosed, it was actually really progressed. He had actually been experiencing symptoms for a couple years and just really didn't know what it was. And so by the time that we figured out what it was, it was late. And so I myself was going back and forth to my hometown over the year, to visit with him and visit with my mom and family, to just really be together and go through that process with him. And unfortunately, he passed away in April of this past year. And so over the course of that year, certain things had to be let go. And the Milwaukee Theatre Alliance was one of those things that I just could not keep up with the amount of work that I was personally doing with that. And so it's taken me a second to really get my bearings again. It was a really challenging process for everybody involved, not to say the least. My brother, may he rest in peace. But now I would really like to get back to advocacy work for the theater community. I do miss it and thought a lot about it, and it's really needed. The community and advocacy work here, it's needed in Milwaukee. And so I hope that this program can be a little bit of that again. And I will be bringing back guests and things over the next few, well, just from here on out, bringing guests back to talk about their shows and their things. And I just for this first show back, I really just needed to focus on the process of making it happen, because I really lost the whole concept of how I even made this show work. from getting all the bits and pieces of shows together and interview, and it's really, really crazy. It's just really crazy, the amount of work that this little show takes. And so I hope that you will come back to it and enjoy it and learn some things and learn what you need to go out and see and things, and get some great interviews. But I just had to go a little smaller this time around, to work all the mechanics. You'll see in the corner up there, we've got the non-paid version now. We were going through Imagine MKE, the over a year ago that I was going through this, and so now we're going it alone. Imagine is still doing their work, but they themselves, sort of have gone down to like just the regular old StreamYard version and whatnot. Man, you don't care. And it's not worth talking about. But yeah, so we're gonna have the little duck in the corner, and we're just gonna roll with it. And so I'm excited to tell you what's happening right now, because COVID really took us out, which is really where this program started in the first place, was that we just needed some help getting the word out about things that were still going over COVID time. And now a lot of things are back. We are still struggling as a community, which is things that we will be covering over the next little fall bit here. I would love to get people to come on and talk about really how financially and just with audience, trying to get people back into the theater after pandemic has been a real big challenge. And so we need to keep getting the word out about that the struggle still is quite real for a lot of us. And so that's something else that I would like to talk about. But just for now, for this introductory show, I just want to go through a little bit of what's out there for you all that you should go out and see, and hopefully have a great time seeing some great theater. So let me get to just a few things here. Closing this weekend, we'll start with Milwaukee Chamber Theater is having their production of An Iliad, and that's actually over at the Milwaukee Youth Arts Center, and not their usual Broadway theater studio space. They're over at the Youth Arts Center for this instead. An Iliad, which is an epic modern storytelling retelling of the classic Iliad. It's the way that they describe it is: a lone poet, exhausted from the front lines of history's epic wars and aided only by a single muse, steps into an empty stage and weaves a tale filled with honor and hubris, fortitude and fallibility, and righteousness and blind rage. Intimate, urgent, and incisive, this modern retelling, adapted from the gold standard translation and featuring a live score from Milwaukee's own classic, hones Homer's epic into a gleaming edge as captivating as it is timeless. And so that's 90 minutes with no intermission. You can find out more about that at MilwaukeeChamberTheatre.org. And yeah, so that's closing. So get on that. Also closing over at Next Act is the elaborate entrance of Chad Deity. this is something that I was living in Chicago when this first premiered, if I'm not mistaken. And so now it's been brought up here by Cody, the new artistic director over there. And it's about the greatest champ professional wrestling he's ever seen. And from what I've seen from the pictures coming out from this production, they built a ring, and it's pretty epic. And so this wrestler, according to what they're telling us, behind every winner lies the story of a really excellent loser. The Mace is a wrestler paid to lose night after night. For a chance to tell his own story in the ring, he'll do almost anything. Christopher Diaz's play is a high-octane powerball of thrilling spectacle, larger-than-life characters, and pop culture commentary that you can't find on pay-per-view. Both of these shows, an Iliad and the elaborate entrance of Chad Deity, I'm going to try to get out and see myself. I am notoriously somebody who waits until... And it's not waits until, I just have so, we all in the theater world have so much in our lives that we attend to. And so getting to see other colleagues' things can be a challenge. But I'm hoping Friday and Saturday night we can do that, because I've got load in for In the Canyon on Sunday, which is something I will probably talk about next week, because I don't want to make this show all about me. Although I could if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. So the elaborate entrance of Chad Deity is closing this weekend as well. So you need to get over there and see that over at Next Act, and that is at nextact.org. Happy opening this weekend, tomorrow, to Forte Theater Company. She Loves Me, cute little show. She Loves Me that gets around and around the theater communities a lot. That's gonna, like I said, open tomorrow. She Loves Me follows two feuding clerks in a 1930s European parfumery who unwittingly fall in love as anonymous romantic pen pals, based on a story that led to films like The Shop Around the Corner and You've Got Mail. Haha. She Loves Me is an endearing romantic comedy you won't want to miss. Forte is out there in Franklin. It's a pretty big venue out there. I've been to see Forte's stuff. They're a good little lot that you should check out. Absolutely. But yes, they are opening that tomorrow, and you can go to fortetheatrecompany.org to get your tickets and more information about that. Waitress is going to open at Skylight Music Theater this weekend as well. And this Waitress tells the story of Jenna, a talented pie baker trapped in a loveless marriage. She dreams of a new life and finds solace in her quirky coworkers and creation of her mouth-watering pies. It is Tony and Grammy nominated. The score is, and it's filled with beautiful ballads and empowering anthems, telling an unforgettable story of friendship, courage, independence, and finding the sweetness in life. Of my musical theater loving friends, I know that this is a favorite. This is one that a lot of my friends are really excited about. And so you should also go and check that out at Skylight Music Theatre. And you can find that at skylightmusictheatre.org. Go to that website and get your tickets for that. Schmitz and Giggles, which is one of my favorite company names, run by Patrick Schmitz, named his company Schmitz and Giggles, and it makes me giggle. And they've got an improv coming up on tomorrow, on Friday, October 4th. It's called One Star Review. and it's an improv based on bad online reviews, which I think is just hilarious. And you can see on the right there, starring some of your favorite local improv persons, including Mr. Schmitz himself, who is a very, very funny human. And you can go to schmitzandgiggles.org. Although I will say, this is just a little thing that I learned, that website may need some updating. So Mr. Schmitz, if you need some help with that, I may know a person who can help update your things, because, we're all busy and we could all use a little help. And so go to, you can also find them on Facebook and the internets and whatnot. But that's, they're at 420 South 1st Street. Schmitz and Giggles is there at Comedy Sports. And so you can go and see them over there. Last but not least, I do have to say that I do want to get back to the monthly awareness things as well. And October is Domestic Violence Month. And if you ever need to call the National Domestic Abuse Hotline, you can call 800-799-SAFE to talk to somebody there. Also on October 17th, everyone is encouraged to wear purple as a symbol of peace, courage, survival, honor, and personal dedication to domestic violence awareness. I spent some time in a domestic violence center when I was a kid, and so I do think that this is something that is ever present in my life. I think that this is one of those things that we don't talk enough about. We often keep domestic violence things quiet, and so if you see something, say something. This is one of those things. And so again, that number is 1-800-799-SAFE to talk to somebody about domestic violence. So that's kind of all I have today. If you are interested in being on, you've got a thing. If you are in the Milwaukee area and are doing theater in Milwaukee or other arts, but we do have a tendency to seek out arts or theater organizations first, since we are the Milwaukee Theatre Alliance. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the Alliance, being on the show, or anything else, you can go to MilwaukeeTheatreAlliance.org to reach out to us there, or just info@Maketa, MKETA.org. You can do that as well. I think it's right down there. You can see it. And so I don't know, friends. I am just one little tiny person out here in the interweb lands that is hoping to be of service to the community, to help get the word out. And I hope that you will come back week after week after I finally get my feet underneath me again, because this is I can't tell you how crazy this is. And I hope to see you week after week on You've Got a Thing.